Hello, Upwell and Onwards here. Now, after my last upload, which was of the Bachman Ginty, which turned out to be a bit of a flop, because been on about 2 days now and no views. Oh well. You win some, you lose some. Now though, I'm gonna show quite a popular little loco. Well, I hope it's popular, because I see quite a few during trend shows in my area, so here it is. The wee Terrier. Now, you're thinking, why is the top left corner a lot brighter than the rest? Well, I decided to open the curtain, and it is bright and sunny out there, and the warm sun coming through the window is just beautiful. Considering it is the middle of winter. Now then, let's open up the box, shall we? In here we got the Hornby ice cube packaging, as well as the classic paperwork. Now, it's listed on the paper as A1X, but on the box, well, though it says Terrier, you look at the back of the cover, it says A1 class. Now that's a bit different, but then again, before the grouping in the 1920s, there were over 150 different railway companies, something like that, which is quite a lot. And I know you can pretty much see me in the reflection of the ice cube. Okay, the basic maintenance and operating instructions. Nice open diagram for replacing the motor and lubrication. Now, I've actually shown this loco before in my DJ models, the Noel Model Shop's Adams O2 tank review. And, well, I have to admit, this is actually a really nice loco. So I thought give it its own review. We just open her up and gently plop her on the track there. Get the packaging out of the way. There we go. Now let's have a fine look at this model. Bear with me with the sunlight, but I figure it'll do better than the light above. Now, as for the cab, it's quite Spartan, but considering how cheap I got it, I can't really complain. Very nice livery, well detailed, boiler work in that. Nice brake rigging, classic couplers there. No sprung buffers. Oh well, you can't have them all. But for a cheap model, I got this for about 170, 180 NZD. That's New Zealand dollars. That's actually quite cheap, because that would be well under 100 quid in the UK. Because I think the NZ currency is basically, well, I think 100 quid in the UK is basically 200 bucks over here, so yeah. That's quite a fair bit of money. Now let's just get her rolling a bit. Firstly in reverse. Okay, not bad. Forwards. There is a little motor noise, but compared to when I first got it, it's a lot quieter. When I first got it, you really heard the motor noise. It was deafening. So, a bit of a trick I did was, you can see I get a bit of a slack from the body. I just slightly loosened the screw a bit, and it's nice and quiet. Well, compared to how it was anyway, it's nice and quiet. Now, normally by now, I'd like to do a running test, so I hook it up to a train. But I figure, seeing as it's in a unique livery, let's hook it up to a unique train. And instead of having to back into it for once, I'll just kindly push the wagons ahead. Now, these are actually two carriages that are modified. Well, gave them a new paint job, new wheel sets, and couplers. And they work good. They're still in development because the bolt holding the couplers, well, screw bolts I should say, on this one, as you can see, there's the nut there holding it in. It's quite nicely done. The main body's a bit bowed, but yeah. And I added my own glazing with just a bit of clear plastic. This one, body was very solid. I added a bit more detail on the roof. I mean, the paint job's a bit rough, but these were my first go at my own creativity. Paint job looks alright. No glazing as of yet. New wheel sets and weights, and you can see the bolt holding the, or screw holding the coupler. It's a bit proud, so I figure when I have the time and the right gear, trim that down to the proper length, then it'll look nice. So we just hook that up now. There we go. Now let's see how well it handles a quite small train, I admit, but it's a train nonetheless, because these were made for suburban working. And there's a handy tip I should have mentioned. Always check your couplers. Now, this one's a bit tight at one end, but flip them around, we'll just see how it goes, because I just realized the coupling height on one of these coaches is a bit high. Handy tip for any kit builder or anyone who wants to be a kit builder: always check and recheck your coupling height, because if it's too high or too low, your train won't couple or it derails over points. It's a real pain in the backside if it does that in a tunnel, I tell you that much. Now, there we go, about half speed. Now, we'll just get the camera out of the jig here and see how well it does, even though there's a bit of blinding sun. As you can see, it is a nice blue sky day. Now, bear with me, the camera, on my skill with the camera, as I recently done my knee in and can't really keep my balance that well. Okay, that looks good. That looks really good. And I can say from experience with working with this model that it does run nicely. It really does, because I had it about as long as I've had the austerity tank. Here, old number 22 for the steel mill. I've had it as long, bought them both at the same time, and I've really had no complaints for them. They're good running, I can't argue with that. And I had no maintenance issues either. So if you want a nice cheap 060 tank that's good for, you know, starters, beginners, things like that, the Terrier is definitely your option, because it's nice, smooth, and, well, they're cute little buggers, aren't they? Well, this is a bit of a short one, but thank you for watching. Good day.